It's your boy Evie. You're watching EV Family ENT. And if you like what you see, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. So you could become part of EV's Family. PTSD, which is a crazy title. PTSD15. Special recording. I was only 19. John Schumann. So now I got to kind of kick into gear here because I feel like this is going to be it's going to be a serious topic. I'd assume. I don't know. I'd assume, is this like talking about PTSD? Or is the band just called PTSD? I'm so confused by the way that this title is. I don't know what's what. But we're going to find out. So let's get it.
Sorry, I can't be there with you tonight. When I wrote I was only 19, I was simply tonight. I'm sorry I can't be there with you tonight. When I wrote I was only 19, I was simply telling the story of my brother-in-law, Mick Storen. Mick was deployed to Vietnam in 1969, and he'd been involved in a very serious mine incident in the Long High Hills. Our Vietnam veterans came home to a bitterly divided society, and they fell into the cracks. As opposed to the well-meant inquiries, commissions and parliamentary committees, in 4 minutes 19 seconds, I was only 19 enabled ordinary Australians to walk in the shoes and look out of the eyes of our Vietnam veterans. It stopped all of us in our tracks.
Oh, so this could be a story of, so it's a Vietnam veteran, but it also ties in Australia to this too. So in Australia, a Vietnam vet met an Australian, and that's where we're at.
Divided society, and they fell into the cracks. As opposed to the well-meant inquiries, commissions and parliamentary committees, in 4 minutes 19 seconds, I was only 19 enabled ordinary Australians to walk in the shoes and look out of the eyes of our Vietnam veterans. It stopped all of us in our tracks. We Australians are fundamentally decent and fair, and once we got it, we all looked back in shame at how we treated our Vietnam veterans. I don't think we'll make that mistake again.
Hold on. All right. See, you got to throwing me off, damn, Greg. Greg, I look over in the chat, and this is a serious topic, and I'm in the military too, so like, of course, this is going to affect me personally. But I look over in the chat, and you see Greg say better than PMS, and I want to laugh, but I don't want to laugh because it's a serious story. I'm trying to focus on the damn story. Damn you, Greg.
Enabled ordinary Australians to walk in the shoes and look out of the eyes of our Vietnam veterans. It stopped all of us in our tracks. We Australians are fundamentally decent and fair, and once we got it, we all looked back in shame at how we treated our Vietnam veterans. I don't think we'll make that mistake again. What I didn't realise until much later is that I was only 19 is a sort of quickly understandable dissertation on post-traumatic stress disorder, as well as the effects of herbicides and insecticides on our Vietnam veterans. A few years ago, I scripted and narrated a DVD for the Army on post-traumatic stress disorder. It was designed for soldiers pre- and post-deployment. I interviewed a wide range of veterans from Vietnam, East Timor, Somalia, Rwanda, Iraq and Afghanistan. And like Mick Storen, all these blokes had the courage to tell their PTSD stories so that their other comrades wouldn't have to suffer alone for years like they did. One of the most arresting stories I was told came from a Vietnam veteran. When he demobbed, he tried to slip back into his life in rural Queensland. He wasn't having a very good time. He had rashes that came and went, but his doctor told him they were due to his wife using too much detergent when she washed his clothes.
Are you serious, yo? Like, all right, see, this is getting deep now. But I also do feel like some people, you need to be careful on who you take advice from. Like, I'm not blaming the soldier in any way here. The doctor's an idiot. But you also have to use some knowledge as well. You have to use some knowledge as well, too. Like, if a doctor were to tell me something like that, it's because of the laundry detergent, I'm going to look at that doctor and say, you're stupid as fuck. That's what I'm going to say to him. I'm going to say, or her, you're an idiot. You're fucking stupid. And I'm going to go seek more doctors. But sorry about that rant, y'all. Let's get back into it. But this means a lot to me because I'm in the military and this could happen to me. You know what I mean?
Scripted and narrated a DVD for the Army on post-traumatic stress disorder. It was designed for soldiers pre- and post-deployment. I interviewed a wide range of veterans from Vietnam, East Timor, Somalia, Rwanda, Iraq and Afghanistan. And like Mick Storen, all these blokes had the courage to tell their PTSD stories so that their other comrades wouldn't have to suffer alone for years like they did. One of the most arresting stories I was told came from a Vietnam veteran. When he demobbed, he tried to slip back into his life in rural Queensland. He wasn't having a very good time. He had rashes that came and went, but his doctor told him they were due to his wife using too much detergent when she washed his clothes.
Doctor's an idiot.
His toenails fell out, but his doctor told him it was athlete's foot. He suffered from insomnia, but his doctor told him he was drinking too much coffee. When he heard 19 for the first time, he told me he was driving on a country Queensland road. He pulled over onto the verge and listened to the song, and then he cried. And after he dried his eyes, he told me his first thought was, those bastards have been lying to me. Because clearly, if some bloke could write a song that spoke directly to his heart and his experience, he was not the only one. He sought out other vets and found there were veteran support groups scattered all over the place, loose, unstructured, but all determined to fight for justice and a voice. It was the start of a movement. I Was Only 19 has lasted so long because, among other things, it speaks the truth about PTSD. It sets it in a real-life context. What I've learned about PTSD is this: it doesn't mean you're soft, it means you're human. Armed combat is the highest form of public service. When Australian serving men and women come home from whatever conflict our government sends them to, we owe them and their families all the help and support that we can possibly give them. They didn't count the cost, and neither should we. We honour our veterans, and we must stand beside them when they face the difficult challenges of coming home, so often bringing with them psychological as well as physical injuries. Oh, and one last thing. Don't let anyone ever tell you that songs can't change the world.
Facts. I agree. I agree with everything he said right there. Now we're getting into the song. Damn, I didn't know what this was. I didn't even know that there was going to be a song here after. This is going to be a long reaction. All of them have been long today. It is what it is, y'all. I feel like this is a very engaging live. I feel like this is a very good live. I feel like this is cool. Thank you for sending me this one, French. I appreciate it. Now let's see what the song is about. Well, we know what the song's about, but let's see how the song sounds.
Mum and Dad and Denny saw the passing out parade at Puckapunyal. It was a long march from cadets. And the 6th Battalion was the next to tour. It was me who drew the card. We did Canungra, Shoalwater before we left. And Townsville lined the footpaths as we marched down to the quay. This clipping from the paper shows us young and strong and clean. And there's me in me slouch hat with me SLR and greens. God help me.
Did he say our something in greens? And they showed U.S. soldiers, and he was talking about like that was the U.S. uniform. But he's talking about it and he had the Australian flag in the beginning. So a little confused about that, but I know we're allies, so I get that.
This clipping from the paper shows us young and strong and clean. And there's me in me slouch hat with me SLR and greens. God help me. I was only 19.
Yeah, that's the uniform that I looked
out
for.
riding
I'll grab
chimneys
it after this
to the
reaction.
dust at Newey Dat. I'd been in and out of jobbers now for months, and we made our tents a home VB and pin-ups on the loggers and an Asian orange sunset through the scrub. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? Nighttime, just a jungle dart and a barking M16.
And a
What's this
barking
rash
M16.
that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me. I was only 19.
They're carrying, that was an M249 right there. If anyone didn't know, hold on. Right here, that's an M249. I got to shoot, I shot those quite a bit. I got to shoot a 50 cal. The 50 cal was fun. 50 cals are fun as hell. That thing, boop, 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 boop. Fight.
A 4-week operation, when each step could mean your last one on 2 legs. It was a war within yourself, but you wouldn't let your mates down till they had you dusted off. So you closed your eyes and you thought about something else. And then someone yelled out, "Contact front!" and the bloke behind me swore.
Oh, damn.
We pushed in there for hours, then it got almighty raw. Frankie kicked a mine the day that mankind kicked the moon. God help me. He was going home in June.
Damn, and he was going home in June. And what day, what month was it? Did he say? Did he say what month it was? Because he said he's going home. The guy that just got, the grenade got him. I forget, we're on YouTube, you know. The grenade got him, but, what month was it? Did he say a month? So, I want to know how many months he had left before he was able to go home. If you're talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, if you're talking about the M249, that's just a light machine gun.
I can still see Frankie drinking tinnies
2 months.
in the Grand
Okay.
Hotel on a 36-hour rec leave in Vung Tau. I can still hear Frankie lying screaming in the jungle till the morphine came and killed the
Damn.
bloody row. And the Anzac legends didn't mention Martin, blood and tears, and the stories my father told me never seemed quite real. And I caught some pieces in
Appreciate
the
it,
back
Mike. I know, I
that
haven't
didn't
attended
even feel. God help me. I was only 19. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And why the Channel 7 chopper chills me to my feet? And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me. I was only 19.
Yeah, that was a cool one. So yeah, I've seen that. Yep. Mike, that's exactly what it is. I'm gonna talk to you more about that once I finish this reaction. But yeah, that was really cool. I know that I was talking more about the technical things going on in the video more than the story itself, but that's because I understand the story. For anyone that did not understand it, they were in combat, they were in war, and then I don't know. I forgot. It looked like it was all outside warfare, and then a grenade got thrown. I believe his name was Freddy, was the one that got hit by the grenade, and then I don't know if I think Freddy passed away, right? And I think it was the guy next to him. I didn't catch his name, but I think the guy that the story is being told from, he's the one that has the PTSD now from seeing that. I think. Or Freddy lived, and that's Freddy talking, and now he has PTSD because they did mention the morphine. But I just don't know if it's him or if it's the friend next to him, the soldier next to him. That's the part that I missed. But other than that, that's I got the gist of the story. Yeah, PTSD is a real thing. And luckily I haven't had to have PTSD. I don't have PTSD. But that could happen to me any minute. So I care about PTSD a lot. And I'm glad you sent me this. So thank you for that one, French.